What's going on, guys? Oh my Godzilla, back here with special guest Shin RobJira. Thank you, man.
Oi, hello.
And we just witnessed an out of nowhere teaser trailer of sorts drop for the new movie. Your thoughts, sir?
Okay, so Godzilla X Kong, the new empire.
Your new empire?
Wow.
What did you say the
Uh,
title sounded like? I can't remember.
It sounds like a bargain bin title. Like fan fiction
That's what you
almost.
said. Yeah, it sounds like fan filmy. Definitely a bit of a extensive title. It didn't seem to need to be that long, but
No.
aside from the title, which is random, we have some crazy visuals to look at here. We start with a crazy monkey of sorts, evil looking. I called him King Louie. You called it, what did you say?
I said he's Lanky Kong from Donkey Kong 64.
So some sort of weird looking new Kong derived species. It looked like it was sitting in the big throne in the Hollow Earth.
Yeah, but it's like all red and surrounded by bones.
There's lots of
many
stuff.
bones.
And the
Super
biggest
dead.
of two bones that we see at the end are the skulls of at least some sort of Godzilla and at least some sort of Kong.
Yeah.
I hope it's not our two main boys, but
Nah, they're
I doubt it
contractually
is.
obligated to live.
I sure hope so. At least I hope one of them is contractually obligated to live. I don't know which one you think I hope lives, but
It's Godzilla, isn't
yeah, it's a little bit.
it?
But what'd you
Well,
think of the new visual at what is seemingly going to be the main antagonist, perhaps?
well, immediately I'm so happy it's not what everybody was expecting, which was just another Toho kaiju. It's cool that we're kind of building up on this Kong civilization by having a Kong creature, which isn't exactly like Kong from what we can tell, because he's all lanky and Louis-esque and such. So I find that to be very interesting. As to where he's sitting, I don't know. I really couldn't even give you much of a guess. I mean, obviously, it looks like a throne of death and blood and all that other fun stuff. So I imagine this guy is a pretty big deal, and he's probably not going to like Kong and Godzilla being homies and shit. And I'm gonna just toss this out there. They're building him up to be the big bad of the story, obviously. Like, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. But to remain safe, I'm going to say he's not going to be the only big bad of the story. So the only other thing I can really add up to that with is, if this is in the Hollow Earth, that's fucking awesome. More Hollow Earth exploration. We really didn't see too much of it in GVK, so if what we're doing is divulging deeper into the Hollow Earth, I'm hype. And yeah, Godzilla skull. Maybe this guy's killed a Godzilla at some point in time, but yeah, that's all I can really take away from this, just because it's essentially a title announcement video. It's
Right.
Little hints and glints of, what could be coming and everything, but other than that, I'm interested.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it'd be cool to see if this was not only the only bad guy. It would definitely be kind of interesting if it was, interesting if it wasn't. It would be weird that they'd reveal their whole hand right now, which is why I tend to agree with you, is like, this isn't all they got up their sleeve. This is one of two or one of something. This might not be the only antagonist. And I'm wondering, there's a good chance that the Godzilla skull and the Kong skull down under there are just random descendants of Godzilla and Kong. But it crossed my mind also, like, I wonder if those are just visuals, like just tossed in this little teaser just for the heck of it, just to give this guy an impending sense of doom.
I
so
think
that crossed my mind
that's
as well.
Yeah, I think that's rather probable. I think, instead of just giving us the fanfare of Godzilla and Kong, they're technically giving it to us, but they're dead. But I don't know. I think they're just really trying to build up Lanky Kong over here as like a threat. It's like, okay, big monkey surrounded by bones, big fucking deal. Oh, but there's a Kong skull and a Godzilla skull. Clearly, this guy means business. Clearly, he's done stuff in his past to, you know, make him seem more of a threat than the lighting and the bones and everything. So maybe it's just a visual aid to let us know that yes, this is Monkey, but he's not to be, second guessed or anything like that. Just to add a little bit of seasoning to him, just to let us know that yes, he is Monkey, but he's more than just Monkey. He's lanky Monkey. He's slender Monkey.
He's Kong is thick monkey. This is not thick monkey.
Yeah, this is Noodle Monkey, Linguini Monkey.
Here's my official prediction for the movie. Kong's hanging out in the Hollow Earth. This guy comes out of like a hellish cave inside the Hollow Earth, kicks the crap out of Kong. Kong gets away, goes and finds Godzilla, brings Godzilla back to Hollow Earth, and Godzilla just one taps this lanky monkey.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
I mean,
I'm mostly kidding, but
I mean,
that would be amusing if that was just the first act of this movie. It's just Godzilla and Kong being like, "Hey, help me!" Okay,
that's essentially the guess I made for KOTM in a video a long time ago, and everybody thought I read leaks or whatever, and it just so happened that that's how the movie ended. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was it. I would like to think, like you said, this isn't them showing their whole hand, and I don't think it is. But at the end of the day, I mean, we've got a sinister monkey. Ape. Listen, everybody, I know they're apes. I just call them monkey because it's funny to me. So, but I mean, I can definitely see, like, even jokingly, I can definitely see the whole Kong gets tapped by this guy and he ditches out on Hollow Earth because this dude shows up and he goes and gets Godzilla. Maybe there's a bit of an misunderstanding between them. They bump knuckles a little bit, but once the sentiment is expressed, they go down to the Hollow Earth, and maybe there's more to it than just Lanky Monkey. Maybe it is just Lanky Monkey. But with the title being The New Empire, you really have to think, is this guy the only one? Is this guy, capable of doing what King Ghidorah did with the whole call to arms, whatever the fuck that was called? I forget. But, the title might be lame to me personally, but it's clearly insinuating that obviously there's something big coming. And sure, it might just be Monkey, but I'll take Monkey over King Ghidorah again. So, yeah. But, I don't know. I feel like even in a joking way, we might not be able to look at it so black and white,
No, I definitely think, especially because they're just like you said, this is basically just a clever way to announce the title.
Yeah,
they're not giving us this isn't a trailer by any stretch. This isn't anything. So yeah, I don't think we can read too far into anything at this point until we see some more trailers. But the title is interesting, aside from a little tagline. But it is interesting. The first movie was just Godzilla versus Kong. The working title for this movie was Godzilla and Kong.
Yeah.
But it's weird we just get Godzilla, Godzilla X Kong, which
I think in a literary sense
that is X, basically.
Yeah, it's just and. I mean, if you Google what does X mean between two names, which is what I did just to be sure. And it usually means collaboration, team up, forming of a relationship. So I guess we could still technically call this Godzilla and Kong. They just 90s-ified it a little bit and put an X there instead.
It's a little cooler.
Yeah, like, a little bit. And
it's just interesting that they would have changed, that the working title just wasn't Godzilla X Kong, and then they add the tagline later.
Yeah.
Not that I think they're going to really fight each other too much in this movie at all.
No. I don't. I think it would be a little of maybe not even a little. I think it would be a little. You see, I said a little again. Fuck me. I don't think they're going to be fighting. That's all I want to say. I think at best there might be like a standoff, good old Western standoff, maybe. But other than that, I think this is going to be Kong asking for Godzilla's help and some tomfoolery is afoot for the
Yeah.
most part. I mean,
I
I don't
guess-
want to watch them fight again. I want to
No,
watch them
really.
like commingle at this point, because if we just get like literally Godzilla versus Kong 2 plus Monkey, I mean, then it's just Godzilla versus Kong 2 plus new Monkey. And
Right. Yeah.
we don't want
the,
that.
The Godzilla versus
And
Kong's been there, done that kind of.
yeah. And I'm curious, how does does Monarch know about this? Is this going to be another sense of big new monster coming out and rustling the jimmies of Godzilla's natural order above on Earth? Like, there's so much to consider, even with how cheesy the title is. There really is so much to consider, because there's Titans that we do know about, there's Titans that we don't know about. We still don't know what the hell's in Hollow Earth, be it new or Toho related. We don't know what all of this means, and clearly Legendary want this franchise to keep on going. I mean, Godzilla Apple TV show, Kong anime on Netflix, maybe whenever this year. But there's very strong implications here, and I wonder if the Godzilla show is going to allude to anything here. I wonder if the Kong anime is going to allude to anything here. Nothing, beefy, but like just like as a mention of, there was these kind of Kongs and those kind of Kongs. These were the hierarchy of Kongs. These were the not so hierarchy of Kongs. Like, what's the deal with the Godzilla species? Was there ever really more than one? Was it always just one? I mean, obviously there's more than one because of the comics and the bones in 2014, but I wonder if the supplementary material is going to help and aid in this, just giving us clues and such. Because again, clearly this motherfucker is sitting in a death room, essentially, so he's got to be a badass if he's sitting in a death room. Like,
yeah, he definitely seems imposing. The glowy eyes and just the the buildup of everything. They definitely want us to think this guy is the new big baddie, which could be the case, or it could be a bit of a misdirect. But either way, I think I'm excited to see what the heck this guy is and what he's capable of doing. Is he just a straight up monkey like Kong, or does he have some sort of weird, like Godzilla has his atomic breath? Does this monkey have some sort of something? I don't know. Not that I want him to necessarily have something, but just, is he just going to be straight up, or is he going to have some sort of extra level of power? Or maybe, like you said, maybe he's got something like Ghidorah, where whether it's something he found or something he can do, or just where he can kind of basically bend the other Titans to his will and build this empire, or he's just got a bunch of little other monkey creatures that are going to follow his bidding and do exactly what he wants. Or it's definitely open to interpretation and really speculation at this point, until we can get more trailers, and probably ultimately till we can see the movie. We're not going to know what the heck's going on unless they reveal too much in the trailer.
Yeah, which, please don't do KOTM again, Legendary.
Right.
Please. Like, keep this as under wraps as you possibly can. I mean, I'm not reading any leaks or anything like that, but I don't know. Maybe he'll have lightning powers like King Kong did in King Kong versus Godzilla.
That would certainly be interesting.
I don't know how the fuck they're going to explain it, but hey, yo, giant robotic Godzilla. If that can exist in this world, why can't Monkey have lightning power?
Fair enough. Exactly.
Yeah, like, I'm excited, of course, because it's a new Godzilla production, and we're seeing the next step in the story. I'm just like kind of middled out, because it's like, okay, they wanted us to know, here's the title of this movie that's coming out, and here's some visual representation of what you can expect from that. And I'm leveled. I'm not at 100 and up. I'm not like drooling over all of this, but it's doing the thing it's meant to do. It's making us think. It's making us theorize. It's making us wonder, who's that guy? What's going on here? Why is he being built up like this? And what else is there? So
Definitely.
I give Legendary a lot of credit, because it's got me thinking, like, what, who, how, when, where, the whole nine yards.
I think they did a perfect job with this being a title announcement / little teaser. They did a perfect job. They showed a little bit, enough to get us interested, but nothing past that. We can't really infer anything from what we've seen other than something big's coming, and Godzilla and Kong are likely going to have to work together to eradicate it.
Yeah,
and I like
it's
that.
Big
Perfect
Monkey.
teaser. Exactly.
Yeah. Now, as to when we can expect a trailer, I think they announced that this is coming out March 15th. I think it was. Hold on, let me scroll. Was it?
Was it March 2024? I know it's 2024.
Yeah, it's next year. Like
The
super.
month is-
Oh, only in theaters 2024. Okay, then I might have seen it on Twitter. I think it came from Twitter. Hold on. You can edit all of it. I dropped my phone in a bowl. You can edit all of this out. This is just me rambling.
No worries.
But oh wait, that's blasphemous too. March 15th, 2024 is when it's coming out. So you figure they got little under a year to market this thing, so we're probably going to start seeing merchandising popping up pretty early next year, because March ain't like that far into 2024. That's like right at the beginning.
It's very early.
I'm going to make a prediction here.
Let's hear it.
First trailer, December or January, I think.
I like it.
And you know what? We only need two. We need one towards the end of this year, at the beginning of next year, and then one more right before. Hell, we might even get a trailer in November.
They could do us early. Give me a Macy's Day Parade trailer.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I mean, anything's game at this point. And if GVK proved anything, it means they don't need more than two trailers.
Something you said about merchandise though that got me thinking.
Mm.
And I know they briefly showed it in the trailer, and a lot of people knew right off the bat. But then the merch started coming out, and we knew Mechagodzilla was in this thing well before the movie.
Yeah,
if they got any surprises up their sleeve, if they want to show, in the trailer, if they want to give us a decent look at this new monkey, if he is the one and only big baddie, I'm fine with that. Give us a good look at him in the trailer, get some merch out. But if they have any surprises up their sleeve, like they did with Mechagodzilla, don't show it until the movie. Like, keep that under wraps, because it was cool to know you were going in being able to see Mechagodzilla. And I guess the starting the movie, with seeing the eyeball and stuff, you were kind of, it was pretty easy to quickly think like, this is going to be Mechagodzilla. But how much cooler would that have been going to the movie if you're like, Godzilla and Kong are going to fight each other, maybe something else will happen, not knowing any idea what it is, and then out of nowhere you see Mechagodzilla taking on that Skullcrawler. I think it would have made it so much more epic. So if they have anything up their sleeve, do not reveal your big baddie or your secondary villain. I just want everything to stay under wraps. And then, of course, after the movie's been out, yes, give us all the merch. Give us Movie Monster Series. Give us Playmates. Give us Funkos. Give us all of it.
The only thing that sucked about all of that is that none of that was supposed to be seen. That I think where those Mechagodzilla leaks came from, obviously from Playmates, I believe that was an investors meeting or something. Like, pictures weren't supposed to have been taken. So that was some tomfoolery on somebody else's part. And I kind of feel bad for Playmates in that regard, because, they had nothing to do with it. And by the time they were ready to drop their first trailer, they're like, all right, everybody knows Mechagodzilla's in this, so let's just give them a little bit of a taste. So I hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it happened with KOTM. In the trailer and with Burning Godzilla figure, little mini guy. And it's probably going to happen again. I mean,
it'd be hard for it not to. They got to keep like Marvel levels of hush hush about everything.
Yeah, they do. Well, even Marvel gets screwed over, because didn't Green Goblin get leaked from the movie? Obviously with Willem Dafoe in it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I don't know, something from a Marvel production.
Pre-Endgame Marvel levels of hush hush.
Yeah, like that would be nice, because if there is somebody else other than Lanky Kong over here, I don't want to know. And unfortunately, since we make content on the internet, somebody's going to fucking tell us, regardless of if we don't want to know or not. It always happens. It's like
definitely
you're
hard to
either going
bully.
to see it in a thumbnail, you're either going to see it on social media, or somebody's going to comment it under a video and say, "Oh, you should. What are your thoughts on such and such being in the movie? It's confirmed. There's figures." And it's like, bah.
Yeah, I know. So hopefully, not even knowing whether or not they will or will not have any other thing else appear. If they do, I hope we remain unspoiled and can really have that holy crap moment in the theater
Yeah.
watching this thing on opening night.
If you had to pick somebody from the Toho's Rogues Gallery, who would it be? Just out of curiosity.
I've seen some cool theories and thought of some cool stuff they could do, particularly with Biolante, like being kind of rooted in the Hollow Earth. Could be something really cool. Destroyer could also be a huge possibility with them having used the Oxygen Destroyer. I wouldn't have anything against a Space Godzilla. Those are my big three. It'd have to be one of those three. I think Biolante could see some of the most unique play. Save Destroyer for later. So I'd go with Biolante. I'd go with Biolante and maybe this Lanky Kong is working with maybe Biolante can literally grow around the entire planet and that's what Lanky Kong is trying to have happen or something, and you're gonna get the plant mouths popping up in every city all over the place, just like just a vague theory, but you could definitely do something cool with Biolante being like being able to grow large. He's not at this point yet, obviously, but being able to literally envelop the planet and just basically become the planet growing out of the Hollow Earth. You could do something really cool with that, I think.
Fuck.
What would yours be?
I mean, I really would like to see Biolante. I feel like they alluded to the possibility of Biolante in KOTM pretty heavily because they were saying something along the lines of Titans leaving radioactive leaf foliage or just leaf foliage in their wake, dependent on where they're coming from. So immediately I saw that in the movie. I'm like, haha, yeah, Biolante. Destroya is always a possibility. I'm two ways with Destroya. Either don't do it at all, or if you're gonna do it, build up to it. Don't make Destroya this one and done movie monster again.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because Ghidorah's done. He's dead. Like, don't bring him back. Don't do it. Like, so if you want like a new big bad, and you want it to be Destroya, build them up. Build them up across 2 or 3 movies. Don't just plop them down. But overall, it would be Biolante and it would be Hedorah for me.
Hedorah could be fun. I'd love to see a MonsterVerse take on him visually.
Absolutely. And, it'd be a nice way to honor Yoshimitsu Banno, the director of Godzilla vs. Hedorah, the whole reason why the MonsterVerse exists overall. And, I feel like radioactive pollution monster has a lot of potential to be just as deadly to the earth as Biolante is. It's like, yeah, Biolante's monstrous mother nature. It's like, what's Hedorah? Literally death and fucking incarnate. Like, it's Tim Curry from Fern Gully, only it doesn't sing.
They're kind of perfect polar opposites if you think about it, in a way.
Yeah, so do Biolante and Hedorah both together. 10 million worldwide. 2 hours.
And apparently Lanky Monkey. Don't forget him.
Yeah, and Lanky Monkey.
We've forgotten about Lanky Monkey. We're just speculating other stuff.
Yeah, we're fanboy speculating now. But
Lanky Monkey matters not.
We'll divide it like this. Like, if we both had somebody to go, you would go with Biolante, I would go with Hedorah, and regardless, if neither of them show up, if no Toho OGs show up, we'll be fine with it.
What would be a cool concept for a movie? You just got me thinking about. Probably not this movie because it seems like there's already too much going on in it with Lanky Monkey seemingly being a villain. But if Biolante, like I was saying, is like trying to take over the Earth and turn it into one big plant life organism, and Hedorah is trying to, encase the Earth and suffocate it out, basically. And then Godzilla and Kong and humanity are just stuck in their battle between each other. So Godzilla and Kong have to work together to defeat both of them while they're trying to beat each other, and because Biolante is trying to basically become Planet Earth, and Hedorah is trying to snuff out Planet Earth.
I'd watch that.
That could be a fun movie.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I'd fucking watch that. God damn. Well,
Somebody needs to hire us already, man. I'm sick of waiting.
Get us in that goddamn writing room.
Exactly.
Oh, geez. But overall, the new Empire, it's lame. But I'm hype either way.
Yeah,
I'm
I
curious.
don't love the title, but I'm definitely intrigued by everything else.
Oh
Hopefully,
yeah,
Godzilla
GVK was
has.
very much Kong's movie.
So I hope this one, which is hard to believe right off the bat, because if the main enemy is more of a Kong species than a Godzilla species, it sets up Kong having a bigger part in this movie too.
Does
I
it
want to see
though?
more. It could.
Does it?
It could not. But right off the bat, my mind goes to it might. But I hope Godzilla has a bigger part in this movie than he had in Godzilla vs. Kong.
I think he will, because I mean, even if this is a visual, this is meant to represent that, you know, like I said before, big bad monkey. But this could also represent, if it's not just for show, that he's killed both. So
So
that could lead to Godzilla having a chip on his shoulder. That could lead to Kong having a chip on his shoulder. Because, I mean, you know, 1-to-1, if Kong stumbles upon this dude's cave and sees a whole bunch of friggin' skeletons of his people, it's like he's going to be pissed.
Right.
And if Godzilla happens to do that first, he's going to be pissed. So I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm hoping this isn't for show. I'm hoping Lanky Kong over here has done this to both species, because it makes both of their parts in this movie all the more important to them and to the story's overall plot, if there is one.
Right.
Yeah.
This crossed my mind that I was going to ask it, and then I realized that the chances are probably negative 1,000 because we already know some of the cast and blah blah blah. But it crossed my mind for a moment, like, what do you think the odds of this movie being a prequel are? But now that I remembered that there's lots of people already cast and stuff, I assume the odds are 0 because it can't be. But it crossed my mind. I was like, this could be a prequel type of deal, but I doubt it is. It would be cool to see a prequel at some time though.
Yeah, I mean, it would be cool to see, you know, the blood feud between Godzilla and Kong as a whole. Yeah, if the cast wasn't already announced, it would be pretty hyped to see a prequel in that sense. But as of right now, I think this is just like direct, maybe a couple of years after GVK. Hopefully they make sense of that this time. Right. But yeah, I don't know. Like, when it comes to a prequel and seeing all of that, I don't mean to sound like a lame, but I would love to see that done up as like a show. Like,
that would be cool.
You know, maybe like a limited series, 6 to 8 episodes, just detailing the rise and fall of both of these species. Because I know everybody is all gung-ho. It's just like, oh, you could do a whole movie, no dialogue and with monsters. Just like, yeah, you could, and we'd be there for that. But the general public, I'm not so sure. You have to keep things accessible.
Right.
So why risk hundreds of millions of dollars on a full-on movie and then just do that as a show? Godzilla show does well, there you go. Kong anime does well, there you go. Toss that shit on another fucking streaming service.
Right, just break it up even more.
Yeah, put it on Netflix. There you go.
I wouldn't even be opposed to the prequel show being animated. They could do it well there, and it would save them some money.
Yeah,
having to
that seems
CGI
to be a focus.
60 different Godzillas and Kongs fighting each other.
Yeah, just all the same model with different colors on it. There you go.
Yeah. I'm definitely excited for the movie, this upcoming one. I'm glad the MonsterVerse is still holding on. 24, flashback to 2014. Almost I saw the Godzilla movie. I loved it. By the time this movie comes out, basically will be. Yeah. I loved the 2014 movie. A lot of the people I talked to loved it, but I just had no idea. Is this going to be a one and done like the 98, or is this going to? So I'm definitely glad we're still able to sit here 10 years later talking about this franchise in this way. Obviously, there's this franchise, but the MonsterVerse in this way. I'm glad it's spawned more movies. I'm glad Kong's getting his stuff, and I'm glad this is, in a sense, the 4th Godzilla movie. It's shared, but it is definitely genuinely the 4th Godzilla movie in this saga, which hopefully this continues to keep rolling.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, I remember when 2014 came out and Gareth Edwards was quoted with saying, we ended it in a way where there could be sequels or it could be a one and done. And then like 3 days later, oh yeah, there's going to be a Godzilla trilogy. Gareth Edwards is doing all of them. And then it went from that to Gareth Edwards is no longer working on the Godzilla sequel to, hey, this same company is making a Kong movie. And then you know the rest. It just divulged into, oh man, could they do King Kong versus Godzilla again? No. There we go. So it has been really fun to watch this franchise go from a one and done to another one and done to a sequel to another sequel to now this.
Right.
And it's weird to think that it was 10 years ago. Like next year, next May, it'll be 10 years.
I remember going and seeing 2014 in the theater and sitting there and loving it. And I remember slapping my friend on the leg so hard when Godzilla's tail started lighting up. I was like, no!
Yeah, that was.
I remember all that. So it's a great time to be a Godzilla fan. We are living large right now.
Plus we got the Toho movie coming out in November as well.
Right, so those will be seemingly back to back, especially in terms of merch. We're just gonna get hit and
we're in trouble, man.
Start saving now because we're gonna get screwed in Q4 and Q1 of next year.
Yeah, you ain't kidding. And oh god, in between all that, there's gonna be stuff too.
Yeah, we still got more Final Wars to talk about, more goodies. Super
Bandai.
7 eventually, maybe
Bandai.
dropping the Ultimates.
I swear to God, you're not gonna do with the movie monster series what you did with GVK. You're gonna give us a Godzilla for this movie. You're not skipping them.
Please don't make it like a weird exclusive. You have to buy a giant DVD set.
Yeah. Let's not do that either. But you're gonna do it anyway because you.
But if they give us a cool exclusive with a DVD set, fine. But give us a general release too.
Yeah, like a general release for Kong, for Godzilla, obviously Lanky Kong, whoever the hell else happens to be in it. I swear to God, I feel like there's going to be a Toho monster in this movie regardless. I just have a feeling somebody's going to show up.
It'd be cool to see something done in like a smaller light where it's just like we're in the Hollow Earth and we're doing one of those big roaming shots and you just see like a whole field of Kamacuras.
That would be cool.
Just like as a little homage, because I mean they're not going to do Kamacuras as like a big villain or anything. So just
throw him
as a cool little, just throw him as a little cameo in the Hollow Earth. That'd be really cool to see.
Have a little fun with it. You don't even have to call it Kamacuras. Just giant mantis. I know who that is. Like even if it's just that.
We'll know. So we are running out of time. Zoom's giving me the little memo thing. Let me, before we go, ask you.
Yes.
If in this movie, A, do you think one of our big two baddies is going to bite it? B, do you want it to happen? And C, who do you think it would be if one did?
Well, I don't know if Godzilla can contractually die. So if anybody's going to die, I think it's Kong.
Do you think
I don't want him
to
die though. I don't want Kong to die. I like Kong.
This is
the coolest Kong's ever been.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think either of them are going to die. I feel like that might be a huge like teasing point. Like a trailer is going to end with either Godzilla or Kong looking like they're seemingly about to die. I feel like they're going to play that up just for like a little bit of drama. But overall, I don't think Godzilla's dying. I don't think Kong's dying. Feel free to correct me, anybody in the future in the comment section, but I'm pretty sure Godzilla cannot contractually die. Or that might have been part of the prior deal. I don't know. That was a heavily talked about thing for a bit. But yeah, that's my take. What about you?
I'm definitely on the side of if Godzilla dies, I'm gonna be pissed. So that better not happen. I like the idea of him being contractually obligated to not die. I don't care about plot armor. Don't kill my boy.
Yeah.
Kong, I don't want him to die, but I wouldn't be as torn up if they did it right. But I feel like they should save him for dying if they're gonna kill him. Save him for a Son of Kong type scenario where maybe even like Godzilla could kind of like keep an eye on after Kong dies, Godzilla respects that, because they were homies. And then Godzilla almost keeps an eye on Kong and raises this new Kong, not like directly, but like keeps an eye on, teaches him how to not get his butt kicked by everything under the sun. So I don't think I don't think this is the time to do either of them in. They need some more screen time.
Especially since Kong's technically only had 2 movies.
Right.
You know?
Right. And
It's
Kong
at
is
Skull
definitely...
Island and GVK. It's like let him kick around for a couple more.
Yeah. So I say definitely get them both through this movie. Give us a Son of Kong movie where Kong can have a son and they do stuff together. And then maybe in the next movie we can look into Son of Kong taking Kong's place.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be totally opposed to that, but I like both our characters. I don't want them to go anywhere.
Yeah, not at all. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want them both. I want them both to come out of this alive. I want another movie after this, well, hopefully. And yeah, I'm just rambling now.
That is all good. We got about 90 seconds, so we will take this time to say thank you so much to Shin RobJira for joining us, chat about this. Everybody in the comments below, drop what you're thinking of this series. What do you think the deal with Lanky Kong is going to be? What are your predictions? What are your hopes, dreams, aspirations? For Godzilla wise, I don't care about anything else. But let us know in the comments. I'm super stoked to read all those and see what you guys think of this. Any final words, good sir?
Subscribe to Oh My Godzilla. Don't fuck me. Subscribe to Oh My Godzilla. And if you want to see more videos like this where we discuss stuff, you should let my boy know. Okay? That's all I gotta say.
Fun. We love doing these videos, so
absolutely. And
subscribe to this gentleman if you haven't already. You should be. He is the literal goat.
I'm 4-legged.
So I've been Oh My Godzilla. This has been Shin RobJira. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. We'll see you in the next one.
Peace.